There it goes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the April 16th edition of Makers and Movers. How are you doing this morning, folks? It is a chilly, like 36 degrees outside. It's chilly. It's your first time here or long time here. I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area, and your five things. What are five things that you are going to accomplish today? Today's show is, ChatGPT did release something fun, something educational, something game changing for us makers this month, here in April of 2025. So we're going to review some of the things with it because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times we can get overwhelmed by all the things that we have on our to-do list. And with ChatGPT's, with this major update that they did, it's going to make life a way easier for us. So some of the things that we're going to do, or talk about is how ChatGPT can remember your brand and your customers, how it can create mockups pretty dang quick, how it can write product listings in emails and social media posts in your voice because, hey, we want it to sound like you, right? How we can get answers to repeat questions without having to type it 47 times, and how we can, design some pretty eye-catching graphics without ever touching Photoshop. So we're gonna get into this here. But like I said, tell me who you are, where you're from, all of that fun things in there, and yeah, make sure like, subscribe, do all that. Let's check in and see how people are doing this morning. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you from sunny Florida, where it's currently 66 and a high of 82. Well, I got Celsius to drink. Tropical vibe. I'm thinking of you, Chuck. Tropical vibe, 82 degrees. That's what we got in here. Renee, good morning from sunny Chicagoland, 38 on the way to 63. And then we've got trash weather the rest of the week. How fun's that? Water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. Five order shirts for screen printer mileage, recon accounts, follow up with clients, laser shot glasses. Busy day for Renee. Morning, Chuck and Todd. Good morning to you too. Tanya, good morning. Pineapple coconut refresher my cup. Sunny and chilly today. I'm working on multiple trainings and a schedule. I have five things. So we got invoicing that needs to get done, artwork that needs to get approved, banners that need to get started on, mock-ups. I think we're most there with it. I'm going to put that with artwork. DTF and UV DTF, those are already set up, ready to go. And then more training. Well, we've been rocking and rolling on this AI stuff for the last couple of weeks. It was somebody last night talked about some more things, and we created, they wanted the Maker's Creed. If you haven't seen that, go check out our Facebook page, group, me, and see what you think of that. It was just how we can do brand consistency with it, how we can show, each step of the process. And I said, here, they had their creed. I said, let's do a Maker's Creed. We'll walk through it so we can see how this all plays out. They were really excited about it. And I've gotten excited about that because I'll say here in a few short months, we're going to be offering some more services on that side of the things, content creation, the programming, the planning, a lot of those things that as a busy business owner, we just don't have time to do. Yes, we can learn it all. And we're going to walk through ChatGPT and show you how a lot of this stuff works, but it takes time. And so if we can put a system in place to be able to help with that, we're working with a couple other people to, one, make sure the idea works before we put it out there. We do have, a handful of people that are using us for basically business coaching. And it's been a great journey, and we're learning a lot about us, a lot about them, how we can make things better. And that will be coming soon. So make sure, put that on your back burner there for it. Hey all from Linda. Tim from Toledo, 37 on the way to 50. Pink Monster drink. Renee says, hi, Tanya, Linda, Tim. Todd, what is this with the free or paid version? It's got to be paid. You can do it all in the free version. But remember, free version times you out. The amount that you can get done with the paid version, well worth it. And when we were going through it, some of the things that we're doing was just doing on image creation for people and doing a content layout plan for them. And here's the things that you need to post and do it. I said, how long would this take you to do it? And they're like, for all month, I'd probably have 10 to 20 hours in it for doing it all month. And I said, well, hey, we can do it. It's going to be about $300 for you. And here's everything else. And they're like, so I don't have to do anything. Like, you just have to approve it. That's it. We can set it for approval and it goes through, or we can take care of it all. So as we go through these things, when we start adding up the cost of things, things are expensive. Things expensive to you may not be expensive to somebody else. When we look at different things in different places that people are in their journey, I remember, when $50 was a lot to spend on something, and now $5,000, in a coaching seminar. So it just varies on it. But the amount of stuff that you can do without getting timed out, well worth it on there. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, Jerry. Brian, 49 headed to 70. Hopefully thunderstorms predicted for next 7 days. Mountain Dew. Yeah, tomorrow night is our kickoff for Little League. I don't know if that's happening. This weekend, WrestleMania weekend, we're in the house all weekend. Buds has been excited about it. He's going down the rundown. It's our father-son time. Hi, Connie, Jerry, and Brian from Renee. Jerry's got invoicing, haircut, errands, delivery, and designing. Hello, Renee, Todd, Brian, Tanya, Tim, Connie, and everybody else. Jerry says, thank you for all the birthday wishes. So kind of remember, was it yesterday? I'm bad about birthdays. Like, legit. Kelly, good morning to you, Kelly. Barb's checking in from North Central Minnesota, where it's 36 and sunny with water in the cup. 5 things: work on customer designs, DTF, embroider sweatshirts and hoodies, meet with customers, software updates. Ooh, that last one always scares me. Software updates always scare me. Hey, Barb and Kelly and Renee says, do I have an affiliate link for ChatGPT? I don't think they have one. I'll look and see, but I really don't think that they have one. I should ask ChatGPT if it has an affiliate link. We're going to do that right now and see if it does. Do you have an affiliate program? There, we'll see what it says, because I don't know. I've never honestly looked at that part of it, so we'll see what it has to say on that. Hi, Chuck, Jerry, Connie, and Brian from Barb. Hi, Tim, Renee, and Kelly from Barb. And hey, Renee, Barb, have a beautiful day, ladies, from Kelly. Tim says, today is my grandson's first birthday. Speaking of grandsons, going to be a grandpa. That's a shock to me. A little granddaughter, end of September. Talk about world changing. That's crazy. ChatGPT does not personally have an affiliate program. Yeah. Oh, or if you're wondering whether, yeah. Not at the moment. So no, AI, OpenAI, or ChatGPT, not at the moment. Or that could change in the future. Wow, Tim goes fast. Happy birthday to grandson. It did. That went really fast. You too, Kelly. Congrats to you and Corey. It's definitely a thing. There, Brian says no affiliate for GPT. Congrats. Thanks, guys. And thanks, Brian. First place, Brian. Yeah, I just asked it and it said there. All right, and happy first to your grandson, Tim. Okay, keep your questions coming in. We'll go in and we will get into this. My nose is itching, so we'll see how it is. As like I said, ChatGPT, I feel, is a real game changer for the makers. The April 25 update, it gave us some things that we've all been waiting for: memory and better image generation, which means ChatGPT can now remember our business. It can remember your preferences. It can even remember your tone of voice, and it can really help with product mockups and marketing images and responses that are way more personal and consistent. So, if you're an apparel decorator, laser engraver, woodworker, embroider, really any type of entrepreneur, this just isn't another tech date. It's legit like hiring a virtual assistant who actually listens and learns. There will be times when you have to tell it multiple times, so like a new employee, but it'll eventually get it. So what we'll do is we'll go over, 5 things that I feel you can use right now and get into it for it. Because number one, we can let ChatGPT remember our business, and this way we don't have to. The new memory means that you can teach it once and it remembers forever. Sometimes it needs a little tweaking, but for the most part, it does really good. That's how we are able to have such consistency with all of our imagery that we're posting with Fat Dad and Ocho, because we've built it that way, and we've built out a GPT. And I'm really close to launching that for people in our VIP program at a super discounted rate for them to take a look at, run through. I found some hiccups in it that I wanted to change and work on. So that will be out there. But once we have that, we're able to use that through everything. It is really like having, this digital assistant, that's now with you. So, for like us, I can say, we mostly sell DTF transfers. Average turnaround time is 1 business day. I like fun. I'm real casual in my tone of writing. And from then on, whenever I need a product description or a social media caption, ChatGPT already knows the basis and will deliver that copy that matches my voice and my business model for that. Let's say you're somebody who offers wedding gifts, right? You can have ChatGPT remember that you specialize in personalized cutting boards and slate coasters, and that that you always want to offer free shipping, right? You've got that work in your price, you want to do it. So then, when it comes time to respond to a customer's question, or to list a new product, ChatGPT will pull from that memory and it'll speed up everything for it. So what you can do is go into ChatGPT today, and to make this work, you say, ChatGPT, I want you to remember these things about my business, and then list your top 3 services, your tone of your voice, your turnaround times, anything that is specific, pertinent information to you and your business that you feel somebody needs to know. Put that in there, and then it'll start tailoring your information and your brand going forward from that. So really, really trick easy, fun thing to do, because it just makes it better for you. Now, one of the great things is now using these AI images to make fast mockups. Because how many times a day do you get asked, can you show me what that'll look like? Okay, so now we got to do this. We got to go in and we got to open up Photoshop, or we got to open up Pro, we got to open up Illustrator, we got to open up Creative Space, we got to open up something. Well, now, instead of spending hours trying to figure out mockups, we can just describe that idea and we can let AI create, a fast visual that shows customers or promotes your product. If you have the logo, the design, whatever it is, you can upload that in there, and it's amazing how it works with that. So see somebody like a woodworker, is creating a custom shelf. They can say, generate an image of a rustic floating shelf made of reclaimed oak with metal brackets. And then ChatGPT will give them a mock-up to send to the customer before they even build anything. You might have to refine some things on it, on things like this, but it's going to get you a lot closer to it. On our side for, an apparel decorator, if we want to test, new designs before even listing them in our shop, we could say, create an image of a vintage style red t-shirt with white support local makers printed in bold. Boom. It'll be done. And that social ready image will be done in seconds for you. So what you could do is here in ChatGPT, take one idea that you've been working on, it's a new product, a customer order, a promo image, and then describe it to ChatGPT. And then ask it to create a sample image so that you can post it, share it, or get inspired. So super easy to do. Next step is we can train ChatGPT to write like us. So if you're really tired of rewriting AI content to sound more like you're bringing it in here and that's a great idea and let's go through this so it needs to sound it. This update really fixes that. ChatGPT can now learn your tone and it'll keep it consistent. So everything from product listings to thank you notes sounds like it came from the mouth, straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah, so straight from your mouth and not a robot. So somebody who's doing sublimation and they have fed ChatGPT. You're in sublimation. We got ahead of myself here. You've got stuff listed on Etsy. Go into ChatGPT and you're going to feed it some of your past listings and anything that's in there. The being cheerful. The emoji pack. The sprinkle with humor and put everything in there. And so you want all future listings, product descriptions to have this tone. So now whenever they need a new listing written, they nail that tone every time with no need for editing. On somebody for like a laser engraver, you want those short professional responses, right? Well, we can teach ChatGPT that. We can say, I like to keep it clean, clear, and simple, no fluff, and it remembers. So it won't get super wordy on things. It won't put a bunch of stuff in there that doesn't need to. When you need that response for, that quick thing, it responds like a pro, quick, polite. polite and to the point. So the way that you can make this happen is if you share into ChatGPT 2 or 3 of your writings, whether that's social posts or product descriptions or emails or text, and then you just ask it, just or tell it really. You can, with ChatGPT, you say, ChatGPT, please use this as my brand tone moving forward, and then test it by asking it to write something new. If something's off, you just keep fixing that until it's there for it. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Before we get to 4 and 5, let's see back in here for it. Chandra, good morning in Texas. 63 degrees currently, headed to 84. Woo, water in the cup, but coffee is starting to brew. Very nice. Cindy, good morning. Fabulous 42 out. I'm drinking coffee and a protein shake. Protein coffee. I'm drinking a protein coffee. Jeez. 5 things. Embroider the last bunnies. Edit photos. Cut marine vinyl. Order sterling wire. Prep for craft show Saturday. I won't see you this Saturday. Well, no, I don't think so. Where are you at this Saturday? Good morning, Cindy and Chandra. Buenos dias from Cindy. Good morning, Renee from Chandra. Hi, Cindy and Chandra from Barb. Hi, Chandra and Cindy from Jerry. Hi, Barb from Chandra. Any tips on prompts? What would you like to know, Jerry? Because you're having issues with my wording. Seems I'm not specific enough and detailed enough. Well, ask it. That's the biggest thing that I'm learning with it is if things aren't coming out the way that you want them to, or you think that they really should, ask it. Ask it, hey, I want to get a better response, and this is the tone that I'm going for. What am I missing? And ChatGPT will tell you. It will legit tell you what it needs and how to do it. It'll set rules. It'll set tones. It'll set a lot of framework for things for it. You just have to be consistent with it. And like I said, on some of the stuff that we've been doing with on the AI side of things, we spent better part of a day building it out. And this is where, a lot of it comes into effect. Yes, you can learn it all and you can do it all yourself, or you can just pay somebody to do it for you. Your time is valuable. What's in it? What's more valuable, having your time or to do other things, or just having it done for you? So next up is we can let AI create those marketing graphics. Stock photos are generic. Canva takes time. And now we can tell ChatGPT what we want and get unique brand matching images that you can use for promos, announcements, web banners. Now, I will show you one that we were working on. Let's see, which one that's there. We're working on one for Steve over at PDS. And we took what he had posted and said, hey, we want to create an imagery on this. Because we're working with a few different people and just testing things out with it, and it did. It printed it all out, nice and easy there for us, so we didn't have to do anything. And you can see there. You can see your daily receipt and your daily return. That's spent on that, and that's what it is. Print set pays, and it's all for the Maki. So, we're showing that we're able to take context and put it in here, and it will pop out the marketing graphics for us. So we can know that everything that we do is going to get you that unique brand matching images across the board for it. So on something like us, for let's say maybe there's a sale that runs this weekend. Instead of designing a flyer from scratch, we just asked ChatGPT, hey, create a bright, fun image of T-shirts, transfers, and text that say spring sale, 20% off this weekend, and it just does it. It just does it. You're a woodworker and you want to boost teacher appreciation orders, so they're going to ask for a pink and white image on a wooden sign with flowers that say best teacher ever in a classroom setting. Guess what? Generates it. Perfect for a Facebook ad. So what you can do is go into ChatGPT and just pick one promotion you plan to run in the next month and ask ChatGPT to generate the images for it. And then, hey, post it to social and ask, your audience if they're willing to buy it. It's done for it. And now the last tip 5, we can let it handle a lot of the FAQs and busy work because, those questions you answer 47 times a week. How do I order? What's your turnaround time? Do you offer discounts? ChatGPT can remember these answers and help you knock out the replies in seconds, saving you time and sanity with it. We get asked, daily, how bulk pricing works. So, we can tell ChatGPT our 3-tier pricing and ask it to remember. So now when someone emails, they just say, hey, write a friendly message explaining our bulk discount, and it's ready to go. And then now you have that as a copy, and you can just boop, 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 put it in there. We're setting up a web store, that has 7-day turnaround time, but it keeps getting, hey, when will my stuff arrive? How many of those do you get? We can teach ChatGPT, our turnaround times and our shipping policies, and now it'll handle those replies, so we can just stay working. Comes in, goes out. So how can you do this? Is make a list of your top 5 FAQs, paste it in ChatGPT, and say, please remember these and help me answer questions like these moving forward. And the next time you're asked, AI is just going to go ahead and write the reply for you. So let's wrap all this up. When we're looking at it, we can let AI do the thinking so we can keep creating. We don't need to become a text expert. You just need to let ChatGPT help where it makes the biggest difference for you. From remembering your repeat customers and brand style to, whipping up those graphics and handling messages. This new update, was made for us. It was made for the people who are tired of doing everything alone. You just have to put in the work for it. You still have to work for it. So you still have to, that's not a magic pill. Still got to do stuff with it. So ways that this can be beneficial to you is with their memory, because it lets you remember your business and stop repeating yourself. It helps with mockups by using that image generation to show off ideas before you make them. It keeps the tone, so you can train it to write like you, so you don't spend tons of time editing. It can create those graphics, so creating those images for social media, flyers, web promos, anywhere you need things for it. And then replies. You can let it answer customer questions and handle the busy work for you. So it's just one tool, and there are hundreds of ways to save time with it, to stay consistent with it, and to get more things done. So if you're not using ChatGPT, I would highly recommend you use it. If you're not using the paid version, I'd highly recommend the paid version, just so you don't get timed out on things, because that can get frustrating when you're timed out on things. And let's see, where are we at? And protein coffee Profi is life. Jerry, it is very simple. You're overthinking it. Not that you're an overthinker at all, Jerry. I mean, yes, you can. It's very. I'm up the hill from your house. It shows. Oh, Play Crafters. They need a merch store. Hint, hint. All right. What do we got to do, Cindy? Let's get that set up and rocking and rolling. Let's do it. Can it create AI designs or just help you with wording? It can create everything. Like this image here, if we go into our library on ChatGPT, let me pull that up. Library. It has created all of these images for us. And look how a lot of that consists of. Look how some of the things, we saw different ways to do it. We've put it out there, different variations of it, and we're able to do it. So yes, it can create the imagery for it, and it'll learn for it. Yes, both as of April from Jerry. Just said, had a window open, but YouTube doesn't want to auto start on my end. Hello, all. Yeah, that's weird how sometimes it does that, Jeff. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Jeff. Been there, done that. Hey, Jeff. YouTube gets weird sometimes. Ginger says, I have yet to do branding and a logo. Haven't really found a logo that I really like. Still know zero about branding. As part of the GPT that we're building out. So we created the mascot one, and that's how we came up with me and Ocho. So we came up with me and Ocho using that one. So it helped create our mascots for it. Logos, we can do another one where you can go in there and you just say, hey, I need help, deciding on a logo. Here's everything about my business. Give me 10 options. Don't see anything in there, give me 10 more. And then you see something that might you resonate with it, and then you can just dive deeper into that and flesh it out. Really, really good with it. And Jeff said, Chandra, took me a while as well. It does. It does take a while for it. I had a theme idea, and it took weeks till I found one that I clicked and went from there. Yep, that's what you got to do. It absolutely can help with the logo for it. And Jeff says, I agree with Jerry. Actually, I've made t-shirts designs with it. Awesome. I just made my dogs into Harry Potter characters. Can do so much. Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, in a lot of the stuff that I'm in is you see, here's how to do the Funko Pop. Here's how to do the action figure. Here's how to do the Pixar one. Here's how to do all this. And so while it's great to make all of these things and, oh, I can do this, where does it really fall in our business? Like, what can we use it for? Like, ours was, okay, we can create these characters with it. And instead of just having them dance around and do things with it, we need to get it so that it can go, it can do stuff. So from there, we'll create the character, then we'll run it through, an animation AI. We'll run it with our voice AI. We'll put everything together. And then now we have, a 15-second clip of doing it. To remember is that today, this is the worst AI will ever be. It'll never be worse than this. It'll only get better. So, while it can't do everything perfectly, it can do a lot better than what we could do yesterday. And then we just got to stick with that and know that that's going to happen. And so there's some things that's worked, some things that don't. We're learning, not having a lot of text on some of this stuff, having too much, there's just a lot that goes along with it. And yep, playing helps with learning. Absolutely. Because then you start understanding how little changes in prompts can drastically affect your results. It's a base model prompt. Here's this. What can I do to refine that idea better? So many things that go into it where, you get in here, you learn how to do something based off what somebody gave. Okay. It's just like everything else. I learned from this. And now what am I going to take with that information? Am I just going to put it on the shelf? Yep. I know how to do this. Then I'm never going to use it again. Or are you actually going to implement it? You need to start being doers, right? Doers get shit done. And that's what we need to happen. We need to get shit done. All right, with that, we're going to wrap up for today. We have our mentorship call starting in 32 minutes. You can find the link to that down in the description. You can join us over there. New things coming for that. We were shooting for a May 1st deadline. It might not happen May 1st as we're still trying to build things out in the background, but granted, it will be there for it. When we go through a lot of this, we're just, keep pumping things out. I signed up for 2 other AI things this week. Maybe 3. I don't know. Somebody will send me a video on something. I'll get into it and be like, okay, what's their class? What are they offering? Is it something that I have to do right now? Is it something I can do at my own time? Take everything that you can out there. Everything you can. If your pocketbook allows you, take it all, and then learn it. Don't be shelf helping it. Get in there and actually implement the stuff. And that's what we're spending time each day doing. And we're going to keep rocking with it. So Friday, I planned on doing Canva, but your boy here did not hit the button 5 times in enough time to get Canva out there. So I might see if we can get some more of what the new Canva will do. Otherwise, we've got a couple other things in the works for that because we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Remember, sharing is caring. When this is done, like when I end, comment so that way it boosts there. Share it, like it, do all that stuff, not only during this live, but after that. And we'll just keep rocking and rolling with this. So until next time, everybody have an amazing day. It's Easter weekend. It's Good Friday on Friday. Is everybody working? I know some stuff's closed, but it's Good Friday. So Good Friday. We'll see you Good Friday. If you're in the mentorship call, we'll see you in a half an hour. Until next time, peace, love, press on. We'll see you then.